Imagine waking up one morning with a strange heaviness pressing down on your chest. It is not sadness, not despair, but a quiet, insistent awareness that something essential is missing. For a fleeting moment, you cannot name it, yet the feeling refuses to leave. You glance at your life, the routines you follow, the decisions you make, the relationships you maintain, and a question arises that shakes you to your core: whose life is this really? How many of your choices, your ambitions, your desires, even your beliefs, come from the deepest part of who you are? And how many were shaped by expectations, conditioning, societal pressures, or the subtle whispers of fear that have guided you without your consent? This is precisely what Carl Jung meant when he said that life truly begins when you find yourself. But finding yourself is not a superficial act of self-reflection. It is a deep, transformative journey that demands courage, honesty, and a willingness to confront truths about yourself you may have long ignored. Most people never embark on this journey. They move through life playing roles, performing scripts written for them by culture, upbringing, or fear. They conform, they adapt, they succeed, yet something inside remains quietly dissatisfied. From the moment we are born, we are shaped, molded, and guided by forces beyond our control. We are given names, identities, and roles. We are told what behaviors are rewarded, which emotions are acceptable, and which desires are inappropriate. These lessons are subtle, woven into everyday life, and by the time we are old enough to think critically, we often mistake adaptation for identity. You learn to blend in, to survive, to avoid conflict. And in doing so, you suppress parts of yourself that do not fit the mold. Perhaps you remember moments from childhood when you expressed joy, curiosity, or emotion only to be told to be realistic, stop being silly, or don't be so sensitive. Slowly, unconsciously, you learn to hide parts of yourself, to tuck them away when no one is watching. This is the beginning of what Jung called the persona, the face we present to the world. The persona is necessary. It allows us to navigate society, to function in relationships, and to gain acceptance. But the danger lies in mistaking the persona for our true self. When the mask dominates, we live for appearances rather than truth, for comfort rather than authenticity. Deep within, a quiet unrest grows, a sense that life is slipping by without substance. This unrest is not weakness, it is the voice of your deeper self, calling you home. Beneath the persona lies the shadow, the part of yourself that has been rejected, suppressed, or denied. The shadow contains everything you have been taught to hide: your anger, your fears, your unspoken desires, your vulnerabilities, and even hidden strengths. The shadow does not vanish simply because you refuse to see it. It influences your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors in ways you may not understand. Have you ever been inexplicably irritated by someone's confidence, or strongly disliked a trait in another person without knowing why? Jung would say that what disturbs you in others often exists within your own shadow. These are mirrors of parts of yourself you have avoided. The shadow is not an enemy. It is a doorway to wholeness. Psychological growth does not come from eradicating your shadow, but from integrating it. By facing the parts of yourself you have denied, you unlock creativity, authenticity, and personal power. Yet most people avoid this confrontation. They distract themselves with busyness, social media, entertainment, or constant work, anything to silence the uncomfortable truths within. But the shadow cannot be silenced. It expresses itself through anxiety, self-sabotage, repetitive patterns, and unfulfilled relationships. The parts of yourself you suppress do not disappear, they gain strength in your unawareness. To begin the journey of finding yourself, you must confront the conditioning that shaped you. Every expectation, every rule, every subtle voice that told you who to be has left its imprint. Jung called this process individuation, the lifelong journey of becoming your authentic self. Individuation is not about creating someone new, it is about reclaiming parts of yourself that were lost, rejected, or hidden. Most people never begin this journey because it demands responsibility. When you stop blaming the world, your past, or other people, when you stop outsourcing your worth, you are left with yourself, and that confrontation is terrifying. Jung emphasized that our unconscious communicates constantly through dreams, symbols, and subtle feelings. These messages are not random, they are guides, pointing toward alignment and wholeness. When ignored, life feels fragmented and chaotic. When observed, patterns emerge, and meaning slowly reveals itself. Think about moments when you felt most alive or inspired. Those were not accidents, they were glimpses of alignment with your deeper self. Another crucial insight Jung offered was the idea of inner opposites, the anima and animus, the feminine and masculine energies within every person. These are not physical genders, but psychological forces, intuition and logic, creativity and discipline, receptivity and action. When these energies are denied, inner conflict arises. A man who rejects his anima may struggle with vulnerability, intimacy, and emotional expression. A woman who rejects her animus may hesitate to assert herself, pursue her goals, or embrace her power. Balance, Jung argued, is essential to wholeness. When these energies are integrated, a person can act with clarity, respond with intuition, and navigate life with harmony and strength. Archetypes also play a profound role in self-discovery. Jung proposed that within each person exist universal patterns: the hero, the wise mentor, the shadow, the innocent child, psychological blueprints inherited through the collective unconscious. These archetypes appear in myths, literature, religion, and dreams, not as fiction, but as living forces within the psyche. The hero archetype represents your drive to grow, overcome obstacles, and realize your potential. Yet the hero cannot act without confronting the shadow. Fear, doubt, resistance, these are part of the inner battle that must be faced. Transformation occurs not by ignoring fear, but by understanding it, learning from it, and integrating it into conscious awareness. Many people define themselves by superficial markers: their name, career, culture, or past experiences. But Jung taught that identity is far deeper. You are not a fixed set of traits or a single ego. You are fluid, evolving, and multidimensional. The ego clings to certainty and control, creating the illusion of a singular, limited self. Beyond the ego lies the true self, a vast, interconnected consciousness carrying the wisdom of generations, the depth of the unconscious, and the potential for profound transformation. When you stop clinging to who you think you are, the possibilities for growth become limitless. Accessing this deeper self requires courage and deliberate practice. Jung suggested several paths: embrace the unknown, release attachment to rigid identities, listen to your unconscious through dreams and intuition, and surrender to the process of self-discovery. The unknown represents uncertainty, but it is where growth occurs. Labels define and confine, but letting them go creates space for authenticity. Paying attention to your unconscious mind reveals patterns, synchronicities, and subtle guidance. Surrendering does not mean giving up, it means trusting that the journey itself will unfold, even if the path is unclear. Life does not begin in safety, approval, or perfection. Life begins when you find yourself. Most people live as strangers to their own being, seeking validation, comfort, or distraction, unaware that the self they seek has always been within. Individuation is not about erasing who you have been, it is about remembering who you truly are beneath all conditioning, fear, and adaptation. It is about peeling back layers to reveal your authentic voice, your unique energy, and the alignment of your inner and outer worlds. Facing yourself requires honesty, patience, and courage. You must question long-held beliefs, confront fears, and acknowledge your shadow with compassion. Every moment of bravery brings freedom. Imagine living without fear of judgment, without the need to perform, without hidden pressures shaping your choices. Decisions would no longer be guided by expectation, but by inner truth. This is the power Jung revealed: life fully lived emerges when the self guides it. The ego resists because it clings to familiarity, certainty, and control. The self thrives in transformation, mystery, and evolution. Embrace the unknown, balance your energies, integrate your shadow, and follow the guidance of archetypes. Life begins to flow with purpose, and even suffering becomes a teacher, illuminating where alignment has been lost. Pain, failure, and discomfort are not punishments, they are initiations guiding you to authenticity. Most people never embark on this journey. They live according to external scripts, suppressing their true selves for comfort, safety, and approval. But for those who do, the reward is profound: clarity, resilience, authenticity, and fulfillment. Life becomes meaningful, even in hardship, because it aligns with your inner truth. Synchronicities appear, relationships shift, and purpose emerges, not because the world changed, but because you awakened. Finding yourself is a lifelong process. The self is dynamic, evolving, and ever-changing. The journey is an ongoing dialogue between conscious and unconscious, between who you have been and who you are becoming. You were never lost. The self you seek has always been within, waiting for recognition, integration, and acceptance. Masks, fears, and conditioning are not obstacles, they are invitations guiding you to wholeness. So now the question is yours: will you continue living as a fragment, bound by fear, conditioned identity, and distraction? Or will you step into the unknown, confront your shadow, integrate your energies, and embrace the limitless being that you truly are? Life does not truly begin until you find yourself. When you do, every choice, emotion, and moment gains depth, resonance, and meaning. This journey is not easy, but it is the most profound and transformative path you will ever take. And in that discovery, you will finally know what it means to be fully alive. The journey of individuation is continuous. There is no final destination, only unfolding layers of truth, consciousness, and awareness. Every encounter, challenge, and reflection is a mirror pointing toward your deeper self. Jung's insight offers a radical, liberating truth: you are not a static being defined by past experiences or societal expectation, you are a living, evolving consciousness capable of immense depth, resilience, and transformation. The more you confront the unknown, embrace your shadow, and integrate your energies, the more fully your life will unfold into authenticity. Every human being carries the seeds of wholeness. Every fear, every suppressed desire, every hidden strength is a clue, a guidepost, and an opportunity. Life becomes an ongoing conversation between your conscious awareness and the depths of your unconscious mind. Individuation is the process of listening, learning, integrating, and becoming. The persona, shadow, archetypes, and inner energies are not obstacles, they are the language of the psyche, guiding you toward wholeness and freedom. Ultimately, Jung's wisdom is simple yet profound: life does not begin in conformity, the approval of others, or the illusion of certainty. Life begins when you find yourself, when you reclaim your inner truth, when you embrace the entirety of who you are, light and dark, conscious and unconscious, masculine and feminine, shadow and hero, known and unknown. The journey is challenging, but the destination is extraordinary: a life lived authentically, courageously, and fully. And the most remarkable truth is this: you were never truly lost. The self you seek has always been inside you, waiting for recognition. Now the choice is yours. Will you continue living as a fragment of your potential, bound by fear, conditioned identity, and distraction? Or will you step boldly into the unknown, confront the shadow, integrate your energies, and awaken to the full, limitless being you were meant to become? Life waits for no one, and life does not truly begin until you find yourself. This is your path, your awakening, and your ultimate freedom.